There's 1,000 of you. I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors. It's 1,000 that's watching online. This is a small seed. If I get 1,000 online to give this, if I get 1,000 in the sanctuary to give this, that's $40,000 tonight. Now, everyone up here, we've all sold and seeded, but I need everyone standing up here with us, with me, to plant a seed of $100. Because again, it costs to sit up here. And this is what I need you to do. If you're giving electronically, or even if you're giving tangibly, I'm gonna have y'all come to the altar and give it, because I need to see 1,000 people moving. Bring them baskets. I want the baskets up here. I want to see the folk. Y'all start moving. Y'all can bring it right now. Come. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people need to give $20. 1,000 people online need to give $20. This is easy, saint.
All right, man. One of the rare occasions where, was it Tuesday? We got a Tuesday late night stream. So shoot, gonna rock out for a minute. Here for a good time, not a long time. Gonna talk a little bit about Haney and Norman. I'm gonna have a video probably show up tomorrow specifically addressing this topic. Benavidez not focused. Also, Paul and AJ, we're going to start off there, and then we'll work our way back. So hit the link in the description. Find me everywhere from Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, the Free Cam 89 channel, the Detroit channel, the whole nine. So, but yeah, man, you got this whole thing with Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul. At the end of the day, I think consensus is if he don't, get packed, Jake Paul out quick, it's fake. And it is fake. They're trying to manufacture a white face of boxing. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to manufacture some in Mexicans too, because, after Canelo, who's next up? And Puerto Ricans, they've dealt with it, Trinidad, Kodo. And it's a small, people don't understand, it's a very small island in, Puerto Rico. So, Xander Zayas is a big thing. It's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So, right now, they're trying to manufacture a white star. For the most part, I think Conor McGregor was a one-off. White Americans took to Conor McGregor like he was one of their own. But, when it came to Loma, Triple G, even Tyson Fury being colorful, it just didn't work. It's to the point now that, I think what you kind of seeing simultaneously happen is you seeing that the wolf is coming over people's eyes, that all sports, for the most part, the major sports are all what? Entertainment. They're all WWE, when WWE or WWF back in the day, WCW, NWO, kind of like when it got to the point where, they were offended when you would say sports or wrestling was fake. They would be offended by that. But now what you're seeing is everything is fake. That's what you're seeing. Everything is becoming fake once you remove the wool over everybody. All this is entertainment. Some of these sports are listed as an entertainment company. All this shit is fake. That's why probably the wrestlers was like, they consider our shit fake, but they don't know all this shit is scripted. And that's just what it boiled down to. So now they're not hiding anymore. You see the Luka trade, they, scapegoat the brother, Nico, whatever his name, Nico Harrison. Yeah, all this shit is fake. Yeah, all this shit is rigged, it's fake, it's entertainment. And that's probably why the wrestlers was probably taking so much of offense to people calling they shit fake. All this shit is fake. All this shit is a scam. And, now, they're taking it to another level. What level are they taking it to? They're taking it to the level of, guess what? We're just going to manufacture. We're going to start fake manufacturing stars. That's what they're doing. They're fake manufacturing these stars now. So, with Jake Paul, you can put anything in front of him. I mean, reality TV was one of the worst things that ever happened, in history. You know what I'm saying? Because now it has made its way over to sports. Jake Paul is a reality TV star. And but the whole thing with AJ, that's not gonna be a fair fade. Y'all do know that that's not gonna be a straight up, fade. Anthony Joshua, the end of his ropes, a lot of people tend to get Anthony Joshua grace. He a bitch, and I don't care what nobody else say about it. He a ho ass nigga, and they all know it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You can say what you want to say about Wilder. I ain't saying two things can't be true. But Anthony Joshua, like anybody that support, like really fuck with Anthony Joshua, if you call anybody manufactured, he was manufactured more than anybody. Say what you want to say about Deontay Wilder, whatever, right? But Anthony Joshua was a big ass nigga they found in the gym. And he couldn't do nothing. Too big for soccer, couldn't hoop, couldn't play American football, too soft for that. Too probably big for rugby, couldn't do shit. Too big for ice. Probably didn't want to be a bodybuilder, not enough money. None of that shit, man. Anthony Joshua never had the spirit of a fighter. And don't let nobody tell you no different. Anthony Joshua has been selling out or buying in since he came into the sport of boxing. Let's keep it real. He ain't, he let Eddie Hearn, he let Eddie Hearn control his career, and people think he made a lot of money. You're gonna be sadly mistaken. He gonna be like the rest of the matchroom motherfuckers, broke. You're gonna be sadly mistaken. Yeah, he made a lot of money. Okay, you think he made a lot of money. A lot of these niggas ain't never seen a boxing contract. Eddie Hearn is, busting him down. He busted him down from the Buzzack. I promise you that. Promise you. But for the most part, you're going to see where Anthony Joshua sold it. And you're going to see a lot of niggas, he at the end, it's over. He got it. Nah, nigga. Where's your integrity at, brother? For you to sit there and to play a role, we wasn't surprised that Chavez did it. Were you? You wasn't surprised that Chavez sat there and played the role. I guarantee you wasn't. You wasn't surprised that Chavez played that role, brother, sister. Y'all wasn't surprised by that. And I'm not surprised by Anthony Joshua. Without Anthony Joshua, ain't none of this boxing in the Middle East. Honestly, that's his greatest contribution to the sport of boxing. Without Anthony Joshua, ain't no boxing in the Middle East. At least not the way it went down. Anthony Joshua was the guy that they really, really wanted to fight in the Middle East. So you got to give him credit for that. But he ain't never been like that. He ain't never, spoke with authority, walked tall. Come on, man. These niggas just gave him grace. They gave him grace. If he was an American black fighter, they would have had the same vitriol they had for Deontay Wilder. I'm telling you that. Notice they always hating on accomplished black people. You remember that. They always hating on accomplished black people. They okay with why you down there with them, and that's why niggas got to get away from the hood. You can't even be mad at it. Did y'all see that video, which was so disgusting? The school kids beating up the woman looked pregnant and her kids. Y'all still trying to say these niggas, man? I mean, you can't save them. That was a very disgusting video. Very disgusting. I don't know if y'all seen it going around on social media. It was very disheartening, but I'm not surprised. Y'all trying to save a community that can't be saved. How can a man save a matriarchy when all the laws protect the women? Can't save it. So that's why you see a lot of brothers going to plant their roots or just saying, you know what, I'm going to just keep my seed to myself, and I'm not mad at y'all brothers. Because when you see them do that to a woman, but then again, guess what? I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Cool. Remember that. Remember that shit. Remember that. You don't need no man. I say this real quick before I move on. I remember I knew somebody and their son was having some problems on the bus. I'm going to just tell you how much the matriarchy is, right? And she was, I'm gonna get on that bus and I'm gonna confront that little boy. I said, you do that, you're gonna destroy this kid's confidence. You're gonna make him soft. He got to figure it out. She went on the bus and made a fool of him. Every time the kid would go outside, the kids would laugh at him. And it was the trenches too. You can't tell these women shit. You can't tell. I lived it, bro. I lived it. I lived it. I done seen it. You can't tell black women nothing. You can't tell them nothing. And I told her when she did that, that was social suicide. You know, they do more harm than foul to their kids. It's a matriarchy, unfortunately. And I can't save the matriarchy. This is what, quote unquote, the CIA, Uncle Sam and them wanted. It is what it is. Best thing you can do is not have children. That's my decision. Like, I'm good on it. I'm good on it. Something about when you get married or you have children, these bitches just like flip a switch. And I always tell myself, what's gonna make me more different than the next motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I have that he like? What is gonna be different? Nothing. Nothing is gonna be different. So that's what I tell myself. Nothing is gonna be different. I ain't got time for that. Girl, I ain't got time for it. But let's move on, right? So we got the David Benavidez thing. Now, somebody agreeing with me out here, and he talking about everything but Anthony Yarde. You know what I'm saying? This nigga talking about he talking about beating Bevo up and sparring, fighting Gilberto Ramirez. He talking about everything but his opponent. And let me say this, man. People think people don't like David Benavidez because of Al Haim. No, they don't like that nigga because he's a mulatto. I'm gonna tell you that damn near in every community, mulattoes are frowned upon. Only people that pedestalize mulattoes are black women. Real talk. You know, you might have some Beckys out there that might pedestalize having a mixed kid, but really, no community in a whole pedestalizes mulatto people. And that's why they don't fuck with David Benavidez. That's why they didn't claim Roberto Duran. Panama, he was a little bit too dark. David Benavidez a little bit too nigga-ish. You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand. They don't play that mulatto shit. Them dark Mexicans, they hide them niggas in mountains and shit. Benavidez is a little bit, he's a mulatto. You know, think about that. They look down upon Oscar De La Hoya for being Hispanic Mexican American. And George Lopez. George Lopez was in one of the his documentaries speaking about it. Speaking about De La Hoya and how being Mexican American when De La Hoya beat Chavez made him feel. So you got to understand colorism and mulattoism and you know, kind of like, you know, being in Africa and then we being over here, they look down on us and stuff. Yeah. And what's so funny, man, I was watching the Poor Man podcast. I don't know if y'all watched that, brother, but he did a video and they asked college kids some questions. They asked some kids like, you know, the third planet from the sun. I ain't gonna front. I don't remember that shit, but it's the Earth. But then they asked them like, you know, who do you ask them? What's a quarter? What's a quarter on the clock? Like, I forget what he said. You know, what is a quarter on the clock? A lot of them said like, or I forget, a quarter past like 5 or 10. And a lot of them said 25, like 5:25 or 1:25. They didn't even know like it was 15 minutes. They just thought it was 25 cents. You know what I'm saying? They didn't look at the, and one girl did the math. You know, one girl did the math, and these was college students. It was pretty sad. And of course, if we've been out of school, I've been out of school for years. You know, of course, you're gonna forget some of the basic shit, but a quarter past, whatever, like get the hell up out of here. But at least Sergio Mora out here going with your boy. He said punches with you. Mora says Yarde has the perfect style to break the Mexican monster now. And like I said before, you know, I believe so too. He said he has the speed, the confidence, and now he has the platform, said Sergio Mora to the zone about David Benavidez at the Grand Rivals. He said earlier this week, Yarde said he would be hitting Benavidez harder than he's been hit before. He said, I don't care who he's been in the ring with. I hit harder than all of them, said commentator. I think he said to commentator Todd Grisham. And that's something to be said about it. You know, at the end of the day, Benavidez was on that canvas. I think that was more of a conditioning issue with Ronald Garville, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I told y'all he ain't fought nobody. He's another PBC hype. He ain't fought nobody like Anthony Yarde. Who did he fight that can really punch? Porky Medina? You know what I'm saying? Like who is Anthony, the old yellow dog, who that should have been took behind the shed many, many years ago and put down? I'm telling you, bro. If Benavidez box, yeah, he can outbox Yarde easily. I think he could, but he like to mix it up. And if he get clipped, I wouldn't be surprised. He ain't fought nobody. I buy it because Dave Morrell dropped Benavidez. Did he? Where the fuck was I at? He did drop David Benavidez. I forgot that. And Dave Morrell ain't shit with a shovel. I forgot David Benavidez got dropped by David Morrell. Oh man. Dave Morrell, man, that nigga's ass. That motherfucker lost the fight before Benavidez and after Benavidez. I forgot he dropped David Benavidez. Potato salad body built ass nigga. Nigga look like melted potato salad. He said the thing about Yarde is that he punches with you. That's what you need to do with speed. And Benavidez ain't that fast. He just a big nigga that throw punches. He ain't no real fast motherfucker. He just bigger than everybody else. And he got some fast hands. You know what I'm saying? That's what he get by with. When you get a guy that's in there bigger than guys, you know, especially the way he was bigger than and more experienced than some of the guys at 68, he get away with a lot of bullshit. He get in, he get out. He get away with a lot of bullshit. Real talk. He get away with a lot of stuff, pulling his hands down, not bringing his hands back home, able to eat these particular punches, able to pull straight out without paying a price because he's just taller and bigger than everybody else. And even when you seen fight Dave Lemieux, he was just so much bigger than Dave Lemieux. It just didn't matter. When he fought David Morrell, he wasn't as big. When he fought Alexander Gosvic, where's the power at? Yarde do got a nice little check left hook. Let's keep it real. He do got a nice little check left hook. You know, and if Tunja Ajayi, whoever training him, can get him to go to the body, and I just don't, for the love of God, I just don't understand fighters that fight Benavidez and don't go to the body. That's the number one place I would be attacking Benavidez at, is to the body. That's what I don't understand. Like, why ain't guys attacking Benavidez to the body? That's the number one thing that I will be doing. Anthony Yarde does that, especially with the left hook, the left hand. He likes to punch between combination. That could be disaster for David Benavidez if you don't check your defense. And like I said, Sergio Mora said that. Like I said, David Benavidez got some underrated defense, but you know when he wants to. But he lives off bad habits. Even like he blew up in between fights and cut the weight down. He has bad habits. He has bad habits. He has bad habits. Pulling with his head. He just walk in with his face out. And he can be had. I'm telling you, man, he ain't that good. People making it seem that good. He make a lot of mistakes. He get by because he's so much bigger than everybody else. No Diddy, no Harvey Weinstein, no Kevin Spacey, no Kanye. No Atlanta niggas. That's it. He just able to get away because his size. Like I said before, I don't like. He got good hand speed. I mean, he got a lot of good qualities if he learned to use his jab. That's another, but he don't use it enough. You know, he can defend when he want to defend. He turns it on and turns it up. And what leads me to believe that, you know, if he has to really defend and he has to really box, I've seen all those qualities on film from him where he can get in and get out. He can do those things. But a lot of times, you know, he likes to just go in there and mix it up. And, you know, he can be had. He really can be had, to be honest with you. He said they robbed y'all. We didn't deserve to win. We don't have a quarterback, so it's a wrap for us. We always injured or don't have a quarterback. We wasn't gonna do shit with that football anyway, so I wouldn't say we got robbed. He said that drop was debatable. Yeah, I didn't think we got robbed. Yeah, man. We ain't got no quarterback. Soon as that motherfucker start, as soon as the motherfucker start blitzing and getting him, that nigga throw it right in the dirt. They're like, it's the cold weather. It ain't no cold weather, man. The Minnesota was doing that in a dome. Soon as that motherfucker feel a little bit of pressure, the pressure mounting down on you, running down on me. He started throwing it in the dirt. Like, motherfuckers need to start being honest, man. Jared Goff, the last pocket quarterback, bro, who can't run. he the last of the fucking Mohegans. Everybody else quarterback can move, but ours. This motherfucker slide, man, is going in the dirt. I guarantee you it. I'm gonna do a compilation. This motherfucker move a foot, that football going into the dirt. It's crazy. But with David, we'll see. But he talking about everything but Anthony Yarde. He talking about everything. Oh yeah, get Cinco de Mayo, and yeah, we're gonna have Coronas, and we're gonna have corn on the cob, and the Mexican cob, man. We gonna fuck these hoes up to the fire. Yeah, man. He talking about everything else. They talking about everything else. Everything else. Everything else. I'm telling y'all, man, when PBC lead that network, them fighters lead that network, it ain't never nothing pretty. It ain't never nothing pretty. When they get outside that network, some gonna happen. And maybe he might be one of the first fighters to break that. He might be one of the first fighters to break that. He probably run through Anthony Yarde, who knows? But boy, if he don't, I'm gonna be the first nigga there talking shit. I'm always gonna pick against David Benavidez. Yup, sure is. That motherfucker can fight, the man that supposedly went on the moon. I'm gonna go with the man that went on the moon. Cause I know something that y'all don't know. I just don't really respect, man, let me be quiet. I like my beat down low. Niggas, man, people just be so fake in this industry, dog. I'm telling y'all, man. They be a hit dog, and them niggas still be throwing rocks, and they live in a glass house. It's crazy. But like I said before, he talking about going to cruiserweight and doing all that. I don't give a fuck what they do. I care about light heavyweight. Hopefully y'all bring the belt home, because he didn't deserve the belt to begin with. Yeah. He didn't deserve that belt to begin with. If PB, this would be the final blow to PBC. This would be the final blow. This would be the final death blow. If he lose Saturday night, the RIP. What's that 2 Chainz song? And I hit the club. I forgot how it went. This would be beautiful. If he lose on Saturday night, man, this would be the greatest. Man, PBC, stick a fork in him, stick a spork in him. Come on, man, stick a spoon in it, it's over. Pack them up. This would be the greatest thing ever, man. If he was to lose Saturday, man, oh my God. Y'all will be a fucking Goodfella Hall of Famer. We putting him in the Goodfella TV Hall of Fame. Y'all, you go in the Hall of Fame, we hang up your jersey or your gloves or something. This would be great for the culture, man. This is what we need for the culture. The final PBC nigga exposed. I don't know what Tank gonna do now. Come on, man. What Tank gonna do? What Tank gonna do? Oh, I know he hurting. I want to come back. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Man, I can't wait. These PBC niggas been living off fucking boxing welfare for too long. These niggas been living off boxing welfare for too long. Real talk. They've been living off boxing welfare, man. These niggas been, sucking resources from the game, man. Yeah, I pray a Benavidez lose Saturday. It'll be the greatest thing. BR, pop, ping, pop, boom, pop, bam. Oh my God, man. For the culture. Future. He lose, I'm going live. Soon as that nigga lose, I don't care where the fuck I'm at. On the moon, on Pluto, on Saturn, on Moon Rock, on shrooms. Man, that nigga lose. We going up. We popping something. I don't even drink like we popping something. We popping some Johnny Walker, something, some whiskey, some bourbon. This is for the bourbon and lax. Yeah, we popping something. We popping something. This would be great. We gonna throw Yarde a parade, a virtual parade and shit. You know what I'm saying? We gonna throw Yarde a virtual parade. He said, these folks out here praying on Devin downfall. I think he about to stun on Norman Saturday. Yeah, I'm praying on Benavidez downfall. To be honest, John Jones couldn't play football or basketball either. He could only fight in MMA. Yeah. I don't know what was the point of that, but basketball is LeBron's league now while Mahomes runs the NFL. They like their little mulatto Mahomes. He said, I would say Tank is way more manufactured than Joshua, Deontay, and Errol Spence. I mean, Tank got talent, though, to the naked eye. I guess, you know. But I get what you're saying. I agree. He said, to be fair, Joshua really saved heavyweight boxing after knocking out Francis Ngannou out. Francis whooped Tyson Fury. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can say you can credit him with that, too. Yeah. Yeah, he had to pack Francis up. So, yeah, give me a shot. Get your money, Joshua. Don't listen to niggas like me. Get your money. Single mother, right? Yeah, that was sad. That video was sad. That was sad, man. I looked like she was pregnant, too. Now, if she would have shot their ass, she would have been a little Pookeisha, didn't mean it. John Jones, the greatest professional mixed martial artist ever, but he couldn't. Oh, what that got to do with you? Why you keep saying that? What that got to do with anything? What comment did I make? Who was more right, Joshua or I would probably say Gervonta, to be honest. Because at least Joshua got in that bitch with some killers. Well, did he? Well, he got in there with Klitschko. That's better than he did. Joshua's better than Gervonta. Yeah, you know, y'all got me there. That's true. I think Gervonta got more skill, but, you know, Anthony Joshua actually got in that bitch with somebody. That's fair. He did. Gervonta Davis, he'd rather go to prison and spread his cheeks before he fights somebody. They be swearing if you from the hood, it means something. They be swearing if you from the hood, it means something. Yeah, I'm from 5th Street, 155, whoop, 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 whoop. You know, they be swearing them street niggas so tough. They not, bro. They be the first ones cracking their asshole open in prison. They be the first ones snitching, pointing fingers. Them niggas is not, most of them niggas can't fight, never could. Back in the day, some of them could, but Gervonta would be a beast if he took. It ain't about taking boxing serious. He don't want to box. It ain't about taking it serious or not. Boxing is something that you don't not take serious. Your life is on the line. Gervonta Davis just don't have a heart to be in the sport. Joshua got in there with Usyk, so he did. I forgot about that, man. Yeah, he did. And got his ass whooped too. I wouldn't bring that up. But he got his ass whooped by that little man. Fury and Joshua still, I don't really care at this point. Yeah, if they fight, they fight. I don't give a fuck. The ultimate Twitter ex-gangster. Yeah, studio gangster, prankster. He said Pitbull. I don't know. Niggas ass. Yeah, he fighting Lamar Roach in like 2 weeks, ain't he? Yeah, he fight Lamar Roach. Which I think he gonna beat Lamar Roach, honestly. But let's talk about I'm gonna end off with young Haney and Brian Norman. And I'm just wanting to peep something that I seen, man. Man, I don't want to say something that I seen and one of the things that I seen is the fact that people think Devin Haney got to run to win this fight. You don't run versus a puncher. That's the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you could do is run, and then there's some things that people ain't bringing up about Norman. I picked Norman, but you know the number one thing that I feel like people ain't bringing up is Norman ain't never been 12. Norman ain't never been 12. He stopped Santiago in 10. Okay. And he went 12, 10, another fight, but he never went 12. Even that Santiago fight, if you pay attention, them last few rounds before that fight ended, his ass was on the ropes. He was on the ropes in that fight. Real talk, he was on the ropes. You know, he was. You know, I said before, if it becomes a fight of attrition, 9, 10, 11, 12, Devin, you know, he can make up some ground or he can separate himself. Norman Ain't never been 12 rounds. Look at it. 5, 3, 10, 3, 10, 8, 8, 1, 1, 4. He ain't never been 12 rounds. He ain't never been 12 rounds. And then, you know, one thing that really sparked my interest kind of talking about this is that Norman is sitting here, him and his daddy, they talking knockout, 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 knockout. Like, what about training for 12 rounds? I mean, y'all niggas ain't never been 12 rounds. Knockout, knockout, knockout. And that's not Devin Haney fight that the fighter's born. That's the opponent problem. Even with Pacquiao and Mayweather. Pacquiao didn't make Mayweather do nothing different. Jose Ramirez didn't make Devin do nothing different. Do something different. Use a jab. It's not the opponent fault. You cut the ring off. You know, you throw a punch. You throw a jab. You can make these guys. But wasn't no doing that shit to Mike Tyson. You know, wasn't doing that no shit like that to Sonny Liston. If you played with Sonny Liston like that, you was going to be looking at the roof of the church and the preacher telling the truth in the hurt. Or you had to get him before he got you. Same thing with Thomas Hearns and Julian Jackson and those guys. You couldn't play with them. It's up to you. It's up to the opponent to make the opponent do something different. You know Devin gonna move. You know what I'm saying? Prepare for it. Prepare for it. But if I'm Devin, I don't move. I don't move. I go right to him. DeAndre Ward did it with Kovalev. Yeah, he got clipped, but that took something from Kovalev. When Kovalev hit Andre Ward with that flush right hand, and Andre Ward got off that canvas and he strapped his nuts on, he came all the way back. Kovalev lost his prime right there. Kovalev lost a piece of his confidence and his prime that he never was able to get back. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a lot of fighters that when you get in there, you got to go to the puncher. You know, even when Triple G fought Dave Lemieux, he stepped to the puncher. He wasn't reckless with it, but he really stepped to Dave Lemieux and used a really good jab. He boxed, kept his hands up, and he kept a great jab on Dave Lemieux. That's really the prototype for Devin, what Triple G did to David Lemieux. Real talk, that's the prototype. That's how you fight it. That's how you fight a guy like that. You keep that distance, but you have a certain amount of aggression with it. Triple G beat Dave Lemieux with a jab, a good jab. And that's what Devin got to do. But if you're running around and you running from a guy like Brian Norman and he able to consistently be on the front foot, and at some point he's going to land something. But if you pushing the guy backwards and you pushing him back and then you moving off the spot, you keeping him on his heels, on his balls of his feet, but he never able to get the set. You keeping him off balance, then you get the feints working, you know. But if you sit there and you move the whole night, I mean, honestly, eventually he's going to catch you. I mean, it's just the fact of the matter. This ain't Jose Ramirez. Eventually he gonna land the left hook. He gonna land something. And right now they scoring fights for the aggressor, not the effective aggressor or the effective fighter. They scoring fights for the aggressor. So the smart thing to do for Devin Haney would to press Norman, especially early in this fight. Go right to him. Step to him. Establish that you're strong. Don't worry about loading up on your shots trying to hurt him. Just throw a quick 1-2. Throw a good double jab right hand to the body. Step to him with a good solid jab. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, your feints and your jab ain't gonna work if you constantly moving. But Devin had one performance like that, and now that's the narrative that, you know, Devin is going to move like that going forward. You know what I'm saying? And I think people think about that because of the Ryan Garcia fight, and he got cracked with something. You know, and maybe they was fighting to secure the back of Ryan Garcia, and that didn't happen. But if I'm him, I step to Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? I step to Brian Norman early and often. You know, and people say he gonna clinch and this, that. I would clinch too. But also, you know, I think they should throw combinations. Devin should run combinations. They go like, oh, he punch with you. Well, nigga, you gonna have to punch with me. You gonna have to catch me. I'll be running combinations on Norman. I'll be running so many combinations on Norman, dog. Hitting him in the this dude has, man, when he fought guys that can box, he struggled, bro. He struggled. If Devin sit there throw one or two shots and come on, man, Devin gotta step it up, bro. Devin gotta throw punches, Devin gotta be aggressive. But for the most part, if he get in there moving, that's on him, to be honest with you. If he get in there moving and sticking and moving and stuff, that's on him. That's on him. But if I'm doing the game plan, I'm working on stepping to him. Punching to the solar plex. I'm stepping to him. I'm stepping to him. But, then again, everybody got their own thing, though. But usually when you get in fights of this type of battle, it's always never what you think it is. It's always never what you think it is. Oh, he's going to run and he's going to move and there's a lot of question marks to be checked for Brian Norman Jr. I've seen this dude struggle on ESPN, struggle with guys that can stick and move. Has he been in a fight of this caliber, to be honest? Like I said, there's a lot of questions to be asked on Brian Norman. For Devin Haney, people talk about power. How many times have y'all seen power punchers get diffused? Y'all have seen it so many different times where you got so many different power punchers get in the ring and they get diffused. Or he got a weak chin and he get in there and his chin is pretty fucking good. His chin is pretty fucking good. But, Norman and them talking knockout, I don't think they train for 12. I don't think they train for 12. And if Devin could put rounds in the bank early, yeah, if he can put rounds early, that'd be his best bet. That'd be his best bet. Put as many rounds in the bank early. Because this guy ain't never dug deep in 12. He ain't never been in a championship round. He ain't never been in adversity, none of that. And I'm not sure how good a coach the father is. I ain't seen a lot of their fights or remember hearing his father give the advice in the corner. His father speak well, but what really started to change their fortunes around was the opponents they was fighting. They fought a Mexican, they was getting sacrificed to it, and that's what the doctor ordered. That's what the doctor ordered. That's what he ordered. A guy that was going to sit in front of him and give him what he was looking for. So, but Devin move a lot, Norman and them got to be, I'm pretty sure they prepared for that. But one of the things they probably not prepared for is for him to pull down on them and take the fight to him. That's what I'm doing. I'm fighting a puncher. I'm taking the fight to him. People say, well, he tried to do that with Ryan Garcia and he got clipped, and he did. I just think that was overconfidence. And then, can they fix the point that he has this ability to lean to his right a lot to avoid a punch? And if I'm the Normans, man, I'm just throwing that left hook to the body. He leans into it every time. Devin just has a tendency to want to dip to his right. He has that tendency just to want to dip to the right. But we'll see. I love to see the brothers making money together, first and foremost. I love to see these brothers getting money together. Let me say it again. This is what it's about. Yeah, they doing a lot of talking, but I guarantee you it's a lot of respect. It's a lot of respect. I believe it's a lot of respect. It's a lot of respect there. You know, Brian Norman and them said they followed his blueprint. That's what they said. They said they followed the Haney's blueprint. That's what they said. They followed the Haney's blueprint. So there's trust and believe me, there's respect there. There's respect there. But like I said before, Norman ain't never had a real tough day where he had to dig deep. Nobody talking about that. He's strong, seemed like he can take a punch, but guess what? Have we seen him in there there's a lot of unanswered questions for Brian Norman. But I think, you know, he getting Devin at the right time. He heavy-handed. The left hook, and hopefully, you know, they ain't too left hook happy. You know, sometimes you get in there, you see a guy got an issue with a left hook or a particular punch, and they think they just gonna throw that left hook. They're gonna keep throwing it, and next thing you know, they don't have a game plan. He threw this left hook. His whole thing was to catch him with this left hook, and before you look at it, you're down 5 rounds, you're down 7 rounds, you're down 8 rounds. You need a knockout. And you were so hell bent on throwing that left hook that you didn't get a game plan. And that's my fear about Norman. They're really talking about this knockout. Hopefully it's a game plan behind scoring that knockout. But if that game plan is just walking them down and throwing the left hook, might find yourself in a bit of trouble, young man. So hopefully they have a game plan. You know, we're going to cut the ring off. We're going to do this, that, and you may not need to. May not need to. They might come right at you. You think they don't know that you planning on them to move? So hopefully the father has a good game plan. And I'm talking about Brian Norman. They game plan. Just go with it, Jerron Bozy in his tail. Bozy tell Jerron, just go knock him out. Nigga, what? I'm just go knock him out. What type of game plan is that? Just go knock him out. Nigga, what? It was the second Turkey Jam fight. Can I get some directions? That's like somebody give you a complicated ass something to build and don't come with no directions. Yeah, we can figure it out, but damn, nigga, it'd be a lot easier if you told me what to do. And I just got a feeling. I have a feeling that's probably what Norman and them. I just don't like the fact, knockout. We gonna knock them out. Hopefully you niggas come with a game plan. Hopefully you come with a game plan. But these type of fights rarely end how you how you think they're gonna go. I'm telling you, they rarely go. These type of fights, they rarely go how you think they gonna go. And then when you throw in Saudi Arabia, whoever loses gonna have all the excuses in the world. Norman loses, is he able to come back? Yeah. If Haney loses, is he able to come back? It's possible. You know what I'm saying? But I'm happy that they breaking bread with each other and getting money. I think it's a lot of love and respect there. They just selling the fight. And the fight will sell more if their kids can talk like the daddy can talk. But unfortunately today, the youth are growing up with no social skills, no character. A lot of our programming had like character. Our cartoons had character, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Today our favorite wrestlers had real character. You know what I'm saying? We got off the porch and got into the trenches and we developed social skills today. Might got no social skills, man. We gonna be 50 fucking the shit out of these young hoes, man. Because these young men ain't gonna be doing enough fucking with them no more. Man, when I was like, a lot of these young guys, man, nigga, pussy was like, man, it was the crown jewel. You in high school, nigga, y'all was plotting on after the game. You was plotting on how you was gonna get some pussy. Y'all was talking about who better, LeBron or Kobe, and then it was like pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened? Like, niggas ain't like young men ain't pussy hungry no more, dude. Like, bro, they man, it's crazy now, man. You know, 50 and 60-year-old niggas gonna have to fuck the young hoes to keep the birth rate alive. That's messed up, man. But you still got the jocks and shit, man. Jocks get pussy off rip. So it's crazy times, man. Crazy times. Niggas going to play Xbox and not trying to play with a girl's box. It's crazy these days, man. But they created this this space where don't approach me or don't be weird. And quite frankly, man, from my experiences, man, a lot of women are fucking weird socially. No offense to the women in the chat, but a lot of women are weird socially. That's the crazy shit about. I feel bad for them young men playing, you know, talking to a girl is like playing double dutch. Remember the girls I don't know how the girls used to do that shit. Boy, they should have made that shit an Olympic sport. I used to love watching the girls double dutch. Then you get the old bitch from the office or the teacher to come in and double dutch. You know what I'm saying? She jumping in and she killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like double dutch. I used to love to see the girls double dutch, man. That shit used to be so amazing to me, dog. Shit. You be like, girl, you only ride dick for 3 pumps, but you can double dutch for 30 minutes. Oh man, it used to be so much fun back in the day, dog. So much fun, man. I don't know what happened, man. We used to get off the porch and have some good ass times. Man, remember to play freeze tag and how to go giddy-o with the grip, man. Oh my god, pick them up, mess them up. 21, do niggas play 21? I see them playing 21 at the gym sometimes. Do they still play 21? Man, 21 used to get physical. PBC said they made Terrence Crawford. Man, please. They couldn't make 1 star. I just hope Haney don't make it boring. Norman broke Santiano. Welterweight division is boring right now. Is it? Boxing is boring right now. Ain't nothing going on in boxing right now. Saturday is day off. You got Lamont and then Genevieve and them fighting on that lar on that card, but I mean, yeah, really it is. I mean, Devin and Norman is good. Then you had Ryan and what's the Mario's talking about now? You take Connor Ben and Barrios and I don't know who was Lewis Crocker? What the hell? What happened here? When did Lewis Crocker become a champion? You know, hold on. What they just gave Lewis Crocker the title? When did he get the title? Hold up, wait a minute. Put some Betty Lewis Crocker in it. Okay, in September 13th, he beat Patty Donovan to win the IBF title. Patty Donovan is 14-1. He came in at 45.5 pounds. His nickname is the Croc. He is 22-0, no losses, no draws, 11 KOs. He fought Patty Donovan twice. He won by a DQ the first time. Donovan deducted 1 point in both the 6th and 8th for using his head. No did he. Other than that, he beat Tyrone McKinnon in 23, December 2nd, 10-round decision. Basically, they gave this motherfucker a belt. They gave him a belt. Somebody paid for this fucking belt. So, yeah, somebody paid for this belt. He beat a Patty cake. Baker, man. Come on, man. Get out of here, man. The real deal. Man, the goddamn real deal lie. Man, this shit is crazy. I didn't even know Lewis Crocker was a champion. Where was I at? Lewis Crocker, you might get a video. I don't know. Haney is usually clutching championship rounds, even 1-12 versus Ryan. I got that video from Bruce Vane. So go check out Bruce MF Vane channel. He had it. He said difference is Mayweather is a master, Pernell was a master, and Haney is not. He said, why is it people saying that Ryan beat Devin when he got caught cheating? People don't care nothing about no cheating, bro. They don't like Devin for whatever reason it is. I told you, once you black and you successful, niggas gonna hate you. We try to tear down our best and our brightest. That's just what it is, That's just a fact. I'm curious to see if Haney's punch resistance at 47. I mean, who else did Brian Norman knock out at 47 other than two guys that was meant for him to knock out, to be honest, too? That's another great point. He ain't knock out nobody in A. He's strong. No, we'll see. Ryan is cheating, bitch. He got stopped by Tank. Yeah. He said, salute Devin has all the tools to get the job done. He said that power talk is straight casual. Everybody like power. Mike Tyson have power. Wouldn't nobody give a fuck about him? Usually, the guys that can punch is the guys that can hit you, and you see the punch coming, they hit you and they hurt you. That's how you know you can punch. If a guy can knock you out, you see the punch coming, like that's a real knockout guy. But when they start, when guys can knock you out with punches that you don't see coming, one of my favorite knockouts was when Foreman knocked out Moore. Foreman was a hell of a puncher, you know what I'm saying? And he blinded him with the one. He kept missing that too, just missing it or grazing him. He stuck that when Foreman hit you with a shot that you don't see coming. It's pretty much, if you can survive that. You talking about Ken Norton, Ernie Shavers. There's been a lot of great punchers. But the ones that can hit you and knock you out and you brace for it and they can hurt you, Julian Jackson, Gerald McClellan, Thomas Hearns, Ken Norton, Ernie Shavers, George Foreman, Sonny Liston. There's been a tremendous amount of great punchers. And then I think some of the more creative fighters are the ones that necessarily don't have that one punch. You start talking about guys like Tyson Fury, Larry Holmes. You start talking about credit to this bitch ass nigga Paulo Malignaggi for how long he survived not being able to punch. Those are some of the most best fighters, the ones that don't have the gift of power, but they find a way to prevail and they find a way to win. They're very creative. Look at Kieran Cherkachan, didn't have great power, but he came back in the second fight. He was it forces you to be creative. You know what I'm saying? Lara for years, he can punch, but Lara was just, he wasn't as creative, but he found a way to be effective. Caleb Plant for years was, he was creative. I appreciate guys like that who may necessarily not have the biggest. Usyk, very creative. You know what I'm saying? You see those guys that don't have the gift of power, but they're very Miguel Vasquez. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, they like to rob those guys like that, but they have the gift of just they have to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Pernell Whitaker didn't have great power, and most people feel like he beat Chavez comfortably. He got robbed. So that's the crazy thing about like not having power and having to travel and go to people's backyard. You got to be perfect. What was the dude that beat T.O.? He went over there and beat Jack Catterall. Honor Barboza, you got to be perfect. Sandor Martin, most people feel like he outboxed T.O. They robbed him because he didn't have the power. You got to be perfect. So some of the best fighters are the fighters who don't have the power. It forces you to be creative. Muhammad Ali, he can punch, but wasn't known as a power puncher, creative. But some of the most, filthiest punchers, Joe Louis and, Sonny Liston and Jack Johnson and Ernie Shavers and Ken Norton. And, you had some vicious punchers, not Larry Holmes, but Mike Tyson. I was thinking about, Vladimir Klitschko. That's not who I was thinking about, though. Sugar Ray Robinson. I forget who I was thinking of. George Foreman. You had some phenomenal punchers throughout history. You had some phenomenal, and it just wasn't, Lennox Lewis can punch, but he wasn't a vicious nigga. You know what I'm saying? You start talking about vicious like Mike and George and Sonny and, You talking about some vicious motherfuckers. Hagler wasn't known as a one punch knockout guy, but if Hagler needed to get you out of there, that motherfucker would get you out of there. You know what I'm saying? You got some guys like Benavidez that's just heavy handed. You know what I'm saying? Just heavy handed. You got some guys like Usyk is hurting guys because he's turning speed to power. When he hurt Tyson Fury, that was speed to power. He didn't see it coming. So a lot of the greatest fighters are ones that can't punch. They're creative. It forces you to be creative. Power forces you to be lazy. It forces you to be lazy. A lot of people like to lay on their power, and a lot of these guys just think they're going to knock everybody out, and it don't happen that way. That's why you get a boxer puncher who can punch. That's a dangerous motherfucker right there. One of them boxer punchers like Sugar Ray Robinson that can punch, Sugar Ray Leonard that can punch, Marvin Hagler that can punch. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them motherfuckers be able to take a punch. You in trouble. You in fucking trouble. Sugar Ray Leonard went up to light heavyweight, knocked out Donnie Line, got off the canvas. Don't put the punching power with the mentality and the skill and the chin. Like, really, Sugar Ray Leonard is like one of one. You saw about Sugar Ray Leonard. Sugar Ray Robinson attempted to do it too, but it was the hottest day in like New York history. He fainted. We fought Joey Maxim for the light heavyweight title. I think it was. He fainted. Yeah, he fainted. Hottest day in New York's history, I believe, still to this day. He fucking fainted. He would have did it. Sugar Ray Leonard went up there and did it. Donnie Line wasn't no hoe. That white boy can fight. Drop Sugar Ray bitch ass too. Pow! Sugar Ray got off, beat the brakes off Donnie Line and stopped his ass. Stopped him. Beat the brakes off his ass. Sugar Ray Leonard, like I said, people say a lot of bullshit about Sugar Ray. I won't say it's bullshit. A lot of it is accurate about how whole ass shit he did. But man, like really, he was in a class like when you talking about him. There's some other guys. You talking about him, guys like Ali, Aaron Pryor, Sugar Ray Robinson. When you start talking about guys who can knock you out, Henry Armstrong, but guys that really can knock you out, that can box, that can take a punch, and then they had the nasty mentality. Marvin, man, dude, Sugar Ray Leonard was the complete, and take a punch. He was the complete package, bro. Pryor was the same way. Hagler, maybe not as fantastic of a puncher, but if Hagler need to get you out of there, man, go ask John the Beast Mugabe. He'll pack you the fuck up. He one of those fighters that, if your life is on the line and, and he need to get a stoppage, Hagler going to find a way to get a stoppage if he had to get it. If you had to bet like Hagler down, 10 rounds to 1 going into the 12th, hey, Hagler, one of them motherfuckers, I think, with Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali on the real short list, they gonna find a way to get it done. Somebody mad. Devin looking good physically. He's finally comfortable at the weight. We might see Devin 2.0. Haney's moving nowhere. Okay, well, I don't keep saying Jessica salute. He said, I don't know what she's saying. We got a lot going on here. He said Virgil Ortiz don't fight Boots. He won't. As well, let Boots fight Earl. Man, let Earl go. Or let Earl retire or do whatever he wants. Jermell Charlo, we don't want to see him fight after what happened. He said, I doubt Boots fight anybody. No, they both going to fight tune-ups. And Masiko, I ain't seen you in a minute. He said, Dev going to make it look easy. He might. I don't think Norman has power. His other opponents tried to walk him down. I mean, it depends. Sometimes something might click in your head too, man. A lot of times something might click in your head. You know what I'm saying? Something might click. And maybe they found it. He only 20. What did I say he was? 24? Man, we got to do a video on Lewis Crocker winning this belt. I ain't heard nobody talk about that shit. We got to talk about Lewis Crocker winning this belt. He's 24. Man, when did Lewis Crocker get the belt? Where the fuck was CJ at? Anybody knew that Lewis Crocker had the IBF welterweight belt? And anybody know Liam Paro is ranked number 2 for the IBF belt? There's no number 1. When the fuck did Liam Paro go up to number 2? Man, I feel like Lewis Crocker should have fought Kieran Cherkachin. Yo, I had to be the only motherfucker that didn't know. Did y'all know that Lewis Crocker was the IBF welterweight champion? Y'all niggas ain't know neither. He said Devin can beat Norman. I mean, yeah, Norman can hit. Debo Dev. Nah, they really ran with Coach Malachi, Debo Dev shit. That shit crazy. It really ran with that shit. Boy, if Norman lose, them niggas in Philly gonna be talking so much shit. Them niggas gonna be talking shit. They can't stand either one of them niggas. Dev or Norm or Norman. They can't stand Devin ass. The welterweight division of boxing is like the heavyweight division you'll see right now. I wouldn't say it's dead. I mean, you got Norman, you got Devin fighting, you got Rolly fighting Shaq Rom, you got Lewis Crocker, new champion. Barrios could be fighting Ryan or Conor Ben. It ain't dead. There's actually some really good fights to be made there that sound like they might get made. I don't give a fuck about a Conor Ben though. Nor did I watch his fight. But yeah, Lewis Crocker in this whole man. The Croc. That motherfucker should come in the ring with some Crocs on. The Croc. But yeah, we'll see what happened though. But yeah, man, I think it's interesting. But yeah, I won't say it's boring. Shit, it was, but now you got some new blood in there. You got Lewis Crocker. You got Karen Turkachan. You got Liam Paro in that hole. You got Jack Catterall training with Bonesy Ennis. Conor Ben, bitch ass Ryan Garcia. Manny Pacquiao. So yeah, it's a nice little straight division. Devin Haney, Alexis Roach is still around. Rashidi Ellis sitting there twerking for Jesus and shit, trying to get a belt. That nigga need to go get a job. This nigga need to go get his CDA. To Debo Dev. It came from Hayden fans saying Dev was away. Oh, that's where it came from. Man, okay. At the end of the day, I don't really think what's a weight bully. Y'all saying that about Shakur Stevenson? How about we call him Ryan Garcia didn't make weight neither. That's crazy how y'all can call somebody a weight bully, but the guys that keep fighting in catch weights that don't make weights. What they call Manny Pacquiao when he was draining guys. Constantly drained. That's why I did that video about Pacquiao and Oscar saying that Pacquiao knock out Terrence Crawford in their prime. No, the fuck he wouldn't. Pacquiao was always playing with a full deck, and you had a half a deck. He had all draw 4 wild card skips. You know what I'm saying? Draw 2s and shit in his hand, and you playing with 7s and 5s and 8s and all different colors playing Uno. Pacquiao was a cheating piece of shit. I'm telling y'all, and I ain't even just talk about the syringes. Pacquiao was in that motherfucker, man, weight draining motherfuckers and, fighting dead man in there. Like, get out of here, man. He couldn't drain blood. Joshua Clottey, that interview is still on the internet. He went back home and said he took a dive versus Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, I did a video on it today. I dropped it today. Oscar De La Hoya don't like no black fighters, and that's cool. He from East LA. We know what the reputation there is for East LA. We get it. I get it. Donald Banks, I ain't seen you in a minute. I seen you in another nigga's chat today. It was Coach Malachi shit. I started to flag your shit, nigga. I'm talking shit. Shout out to my boy Donald Banks. I think the reason I hate Dev so much is because niggas tired of hearing Bill talking in circles and avoid answering questions. Everybody do it. Bob do it. I ain't tired of Bob. Ain't nobody tired of Brian Norman Sr. This nigga ain't shut the fuck up yet. This nigga be everywhere. Like, dude, this nigga got a life. This nigga be talking about boots. This nigga be talking about how to clean your Uggs. This nigga be talking about he's talking about somebody fight I was listening to. He talked about lube and fight. This nigga might as well start his own YouTube channel, man. This nigga be on every minute. Like, when do he train his son? Brian Norman Sr., this nigga do more appearances than Diddy at the prison talent show. Like, when do he train his son? This nigga on Mill City, this nigga on town shit. He on coach. And I ain't hating that motherfucker. Good talk. Yeah, he's very good. That nigga, man, need to start his podcast. I watch any interview Brian Norman Sr. I'm watching it. I ain't gonna cat with you. He on, I'm watching it. Because he don't really be on no hating shit. He like me. If he on some hating shit, he gonna let you know, like, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, man, he's a good listen, bro. Like, I interview trainers. I would interview him. I wouldn't interview his son though. Maybe them together, but I don't do fighters. No Diddy. I really talk to the coaches. Them niggas is punctual, appreciative. And I'm not saying his son wouldn't be. I'd just rather just talk to the OGs. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, Bill a real one too, though. Bill, that's my dude. Bill a real one, dog. Bill take care of his people, bro. That's what I will say. You know, he said Bud will park that nigga. Yeah, man, pack that nigga up. Roids and all. Bill ain't even talking no more. Y'all still blaming Bill. Somebody got to build the fight up. Hey, I like Bonzi Ennis. I met Bonzi Ennis in Detroit. Bonzi talks some real good shit too. I ain't gonna say shit, but he got a real good he another real good interviewer. You know, he real good talker and shit. Honestly, people don't think I like Ennis. I just don't like the fuck shit. He said people tired of Bill, not Brian Norman Sr. I think y'all just find a reason to hate. I mean, yeah, I mean, for the most part, people gonna find a way not to like Bill. Bill doing his job. What up, bro? Been good. Yeah, this nigga been gone. All of a sudden, this nigga Donald Banks pop up and shit, man. I started to flag your shit like, man, block that nigga. I ain't seen this nigga since the 60s. I know. Hey, it was like, yeah, Donald Banks with the super chat. I'm like, oh, where the fuck this nigga been at? This nigga been eating coochie from the Buzzac. I ain't mad at you, dog. Yeah, facts. Yeah, that nigga's a YouTuber, man. Mill City don't be doing shit. He asked a couple questions. He let them niggas talk. That's why I like Mill City shit. Mill City let niggas talk. That nigga he asks this question, he get the fuck out the way. He gonna lie about something that happened and then try to backtrack. Who you talking about? He said Black Jericho, what he lied about? Man, all of them motherfuckers be lying in this shit, dog. Let's be real. Low key, Floyd Schofield Coonfield Sr., he a funny ass interviewer too. You could tell he know boxing though, honestly. Them niggas be trolling, bro. The Schofields be trolling, bro. I don't think y'all really they be trolling, bro. They be trolling. Who else you got? Andre Rozier seemed like a good interviewer. He get some good solid interview. Buddy McGurf, good interviewer, was a good fighter. Ronnie Shields was a good fighter, good interviewer. I like to interview John David Jackson too. John David Jackson was a good fighter too. I think he held the junior middleweight 154-pound WBA title, if my memory serves me correctly. He was a good interviewer. Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, he was a good interviewer too. Who else you had? Obviously Roger was a hell of an interviewer. Who else you got? Virgil Hunter, I think, will be a good interviewer too. Kenny Porter, a good interviewer. Obviously, Bo Mack and them, that'd be a good interview. Red be a good interview. What else we got out there? Just trying to think of different coaches. I've interviewed Joel Diaz many moons ago. Great interviewer. You ever get a chance to interview with Joel Diaz? Great interviewer. He loved to talk about boxing. That shit was over. Shit, that was about 13 years ago I interviewed him. But really good interviewer. Kevin Cunningham been on the show, great interviewer. I just prefer to do the interview the coaches. You know what I'm saying? That's me. You know, I'm probably a little bit closer in age to the coaches now than the fighters. Fighters don't be punctual and shit, get you to run around and all that type of stuff. I'm about to send this nigga away. I gotta spray my house down for bugs and shit. So he had to go away for a couple of days. He didn't need a little vacation. We'll interact with other animals. He said Bill ain't even. Hold on. Let me see if we won. I thought we lost to Atlanta. I'm like, what? We beat them. 120, 112. They've been hooping without Trae Young, though. They was third in the East. We got the dub, though. Quaid with the 25 ball, 6 points, 10 assists. Who really won? Oh, Jalen Durham ball, 24 points. Shit crazy, man. Fuck the Lions, nigga. Pistons, nigga. I ain't been to a game yet this year. It's crazy. Last year I was going to the Anthony Edwards game. I didn't even go. I wanted to go so bad. I had a 50 ball. I should have went. But I did go to one with Devin Booker and KD went crazy. That's the same day the Lions lost to the Commanders. Downtown was so lit, bro. Oh my God. I'm actually originally from Tanzania. I grew up in here in the U.S. Oh, you did, bro? Oh, shit, I didn't know that. Shout out to you, man. Send me some Tanzania pussy, dog. Come on, man. I'm talking shit. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to my African brothers, my Tanzanian brothers. I don't even know how y'all speak. Shout out to the Ivory Coast, Zimbabwe, Kenya, Ghana. You know, shout out to the brothers in South Africa and shit. Even though y'all let them have all white towns and shit, but I ain't here to speak about that. Those South African women, beautiful, for sure. He said if you ever interview him, he will say someone said something and say, no, I don't know who y'all talking about. People start hating on Keyshawn Shakur. Yeah, I don't care for them niggas neither. I wish them well. They brothers, but I don't really care for them niggas neither. But Keyshawn could be fighting Nair Albright on that undercard though, so I like that. You know, people say, "Oh, I like Nair Albright and Keyshawn Davis too." So I want to see Nair Albright get his bread. You know, that's a good fight on the T.O. and Shakun undercard. Yeah, Shakun gonna tear T.O. out the fucking frame, my nigga. Like, no diddy. If Shakur had longer arms, I'd even be more confident. I damn near think T.O. had a better chance than beating Boots, to be real. That's gonna be a good fight. T.O. don't have no athleticism for real. I keep telling y'all that, man. T.O. he gonna get outboxed. He gonna get outboxed severely. He might can clip Shakur. He just don't have no boxing skills. You know, when you get in there with a boxer, he followed the puncher too much. He followed the boxer too much. You just tell when he was fighting that dude in Miami. You know, he was the guy was coming forward. He was walking him. You know, he was just walking and. He don't really have a rhythm. He flat foot. He remind me of a upgraded Adrian Broner. Yeah, I got Black Ops 7 too, by the way. I mean, the reviews is terrible on that bitch. I was getting cooked. It's all right. It's all right. And, you know, I'm glad I ain't had to pay for it. Say you would love it intensely. Our women. I'm getting married in March. I will send you an invite if you want to make sure. Oh, yeah, let me know, bro. You in the Bay, right? Shit, let me know. Shit, that's my birthday too. I need to get the hell out. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I can believe it, bro. Man, I can believe it. I was thinking about getting dual citizenship in Ghana and shit. You know, shit getting sticky around here. His best bet with those first 6 rounds. It's getting sticky around here, stickier than it is. Like I said, I ain't really against marriage at all. Just got to do it the right way. Simple as that. Do it the right way. A lot of y'all be scared to test the people. You know, if you cool with not knowing, just not know the whole relationship. You know, test your people, man. Like loyalty is a must. It's a must, bro. Any relationship. You know, you gotta fight the flesh. You know, that's y'all agreement. That's your agreement too. I mean, shit, if you want to fuck other people, that's y'all agreement. Cool. Plenty of people got agreements like that nobody want to speak about. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, most guys, you just like, you really ain't trying to. Every now and again, you see a woman that you want to take down, you know. But you got to remember, a lot of times, that relationship save you from bad decisions. Remember, the one girl you lay with, regardless single, married, not married, the one girl you lay with be the ones that be hard to get away from. Be the ones that get pregnant. One of them being chance ones that be stalkers and shit. So yeah, they be choosing, bro. They be choosing for sure. You know, but honestly, you just gotta have discipline. If you want to be out here, be out here. You get tired of being out here too. My men out here get tired of that shit, bro. You know, you get tired of it. You just want one person or you 2 or 3 person guy. You just want, you know, whatever your situation. That's all you want. Real talk, that's all you really want. Shit get old real quick, bro. Pregnancy scares, abortion scares, all that shit. You know, niggas, chicks' husbands and shit, or their ex-husband. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy though, but shit. You know, having multiple women, you learn a lot for sure. Or dealing with women, you learn a lot. I was cracking this chick. I didn't even know she had a kid. I'm like, you're a mother? Like, The children are not the future. The shit. It's like no. It's like yeah. It's crazy. You be surprised, bro. You're married? Like you gotta go. He said, I stay in Reno now. Oh, shout out to Reno. I ain't never been out to Reno. I don't know too much outside of the Vegas area neither. I remember, dude, me and Tom, we was in Vegas and I had red on. The guy looked at me like I'm like, I ain't know they bang. I'm on the strip and shit. We bought a Hard Rock. Had the accident. He said, oh yeah, they bang out here. I'm like, oh, I ain't know that. But the nigga had on all black. So what the fuck was he banging? They GD out there? Hop on. I tried to get Battlefield back on like PS4. My nigga Ricky had me give. I was so mad. I just started to have that nigga bring my money for back. I don't like nothing EA. Nothing EA. Hopefully they started to get it together. I don't like shit EA. Battlefield I was playing was horrible, bro. Arc Raider. I might get Arc Raiders. I definitely want to get another Switch. I got a PlayStation Classic, a Sega Classic. I got to jailbreak my PlayStation Classic. I want to play Fight Force. I want to play Fight Force so bad, bro. 1 and 2. I got an Xbox X. I got a regular Switch. I want to get the new Switch. So yeah, I want to play more games. It is in the wintertime. I play more games for sure, but I play it for a minute. But I like playing like Super Mario World, Super Mario All Stars with all the different Marios on there. On the Switch, I got the Mario. They got a Super Mario Galaxy. That I didn't know how dope that game was. I got addicted to playing that. I bought it for Mario 64s on the Switch. You can buy the little trick, and they had a Mario Sunshine. But Mario Galaxy, and that's what they doing a movie on that. Mario Galaxy is the shit, dog. That's one of the best Mario games I played in a minute. Mario Galaxy was the shit. I didn't know that game was that good. So I found myself playing that. Was playing that all the time. So that's a really good game. I had Streets of Rage, the new one on Xbox. That was dope. I just couldn't find nobody to play with. I got the trilogy on Super Nintendo, the Shredder Ninja Turtle trilogy or something. I got one of those. Donkey Kong Country, the original ones. I got a Contra, which is fucking hard as hell to play. I got F-Zero. I got so much shit. I got the original Sega Genesis back there from Japan. I had a 64. I mean, the Super Nintendo. Somebody I lent it to somebody. They broke it. So yeah, a huge game. My favorite game was system was either PlayStation 2 or the GameCube, and after that was Super Nintendo. Those was like my 3 favorite consoles. I mean, my friend, his daddy worked at Funkoland. Y'all remember GameStop was called Funkoland? They had the Sega Saturn. And I think the Sega Saturn, and I think that's what people forget. Sega Saturn, they had that. They had like Gundam on there, and they had the Virtual Fighter on there. They had the gaming chair back in the 90s. They had the gaming chairs. They had everything. Like every game that dad would have, they would have the gaming chairs, the Virtual Fighter. That was the shit. They had the guns, everything. They had everything. The guns, any accessory. Like I said, they had the gaming chair in the 90s. I mean, it was dope. So I played a lot of games, bro. A lot of games, man. A lot of games. So we have, NBA Showtime, NBA. I got NBA Jams over there. Both of them, the first one and the second one. NHL 94. That's considered one of the greatest hockey games of all time. They got a Steel Facebook group for that. I got that. What up, man? If you name it, I pretty much got it. Damn near out of all the popular games. I got Aladdin. What else I got over there? I ain't really did shit with this PlayStation. This is a different modding process, but I gotta mod that. But when I mod the PlayStation, I'll go live that. I want to play Fight Force. I don't know if y'all ever played Fight Force. It's one of my favorite games. I had a Sub-Zero Mythologies on PlayStation. I don't know if y'all ever played that. It was Sub-Zero by itself. I got Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3. The third one, it was a special third one. I got a Street Fighter 1, 2. I got a bunch of shit, dog. If I start like really streaming the games that I have on all these consoles, bro, y'all would be. I got the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. He said, I'm gonna grab that stream machine next year when it comes out. What is it called? Yeah, I might just get I like getting the classics. They look good. But I just want one with the PS2 on there, PS2 games on there. Somebody send one in the Discord. I gotta get it. So yeah, I like the PS2. Like State of Emergency was one of my favorite games on there. Twisted Metal Black. Yeah, but back in the day before I get off, I played everything but honestly, I played everything but EA until we was forced to. Like I played Shootout, that was 989 Sports, Quarterback Club, Blitz. Yeah, I didn't really buy a lot of Madden. Like Madden was peaking like in the 2000s, like 05 Ray Lewis, Michael Vick, that 04 Ray Lewis, you know, it was peaking 09. But like before they really took over, I played everything but Madden. Quarterback Club, Game Day, Shootout, you know, live was pretty good though. Maybe had to beat Michael Jordan one-on-one and shit like that. So, but for the most part, I played everything but EA sports games for real, for the most part. I still got a MLB like 99 somewhere back there. It's in this closet somewhere. The baseball game from 989. I just played 989 sports, bro. I played the hockey. That was my shit, you know. But at some point, you know, EA monopolized and shit like that. I do like Battlefront and shit like that. Like I did play. I'm a huge Star Wars fans, so I did like Battlefront. Knockout Kings. Who remember that? We had Knockout Kings. That shit was so popular. My uncles and them used to play that shit with us. Like you had Knockout Kings, Let's Get Ready to Rumble, Fight Night Champions. You know the different ones. So yeah, you know the boxing game was on point back there. Mike Tyson Punch Out. I got that over there. I remember my sister had Bird vs. Magic or Bird vs. Jordan and shit. That's crazy. I don't have that. I should get it though. He said the first game for me was Sega Sonic 1, Street Fighter, and Mortal Kombat 2. I got all of those right now. Yeah, I got all of them. All those right now, I got them. Yeah, I'm still playing Sonic 1. He said Knockout Kings 2000 was my. Oh yeah, that's the exact game my uncles was playing. Knockout Kings 2000. That shit was fire. He said I had Blitz with James Shockey on the cover. My brother had Blitz the League. Well, them niggas would go to the club and get suspended and shit. My brother used to stay in Atlanta. We used to be playing that shit in Atlanta all the time. Like Atlanta, when I was down there, Atlanta was lit. I ain't gonna cap. Atlanta was lit. Atlanta like 2007 through like 10. That shit was lit. Atlanta was a fucking movie. Atlanta was a movie back then, bro. I used to have so much fun going back and forth from college, just going down there before I went to college. Atlanta was a fucking movie. Atlanta was a fucking movie. I don't know what it is right now. I go down every now and again, but when I was, man, it was lit, bro. Atlanta was lit. You gotta understand, I was down there at the time where the Migos was in high school, and my brother lived in the same hood as the Migos did. They lived in the same area. Lawrenceville, Georgia. That was the same area. So yeah, it was nice down there though. I like Lawrenceville. They got that big ass mall. It was called Discover Mall. I don't know what they call it now. But that big ass mall Atlanta. So I wanted to move down there so bad. I see why people moved down to Atlanta like 10, 15 years ago. Shit was a fucking movie, dog. Like every day was just like hella fun. Hella fun, bro. I like staying in Montgomery too, though. Montgomery was dope. Low key, a lot of people don't know. Yo, Montgomery, when they seen the boat brawl, that shit is segregated, bro. Like right down the middle. You got the black side of Montgomery, you got the white side. You used to go to Prattville and hunt or play paintball. You got Prattville. You know, you have people from Mobile, have people from Greenville, a bunch of niggas from the 205, Birmingham, Tuscaloosa. Yeah, like low key, I have fun in Alabama too. But to be honest with you, Atlanta was a fucking movie back then. That's a fact. Atlanta was a fucking movie. I like going to Charlotte now. Like, boy, if you single, you go to Charlotte and clean up. Yeah, if you single, but Charlotte is dope too. They domesticated it a lot. Like it wasn't. I remember they had like one Blockbuster. I used to go down there as a kid, one McDonald's. Charlotte is a fully developed city now. And everything is new. Everything is new. Best Madden was 10 or 11. I'm gonna tell you the best Madden. Madden 09 was better than 10. To be real with you, Madden 09 was better than 10. I had Brett Favre on the cover. I like a 9 better than that one. Like the one with Ray Lewis. 10 was dope, though. That had Adrian Peterson. I had it. 10 was dope. You know, the best one, I don't know. It might have been with Ray Lewis on the cover. And with the one we played the fuck out of was the one that had Culpepper on the cover. What was it? What was that one? Like 03? I think it was like 03, 02, 02. Man, Culpepper, man, Madden 02, man, that was the shit. 2002? Yeah. But let me get out of here, man. Let me take my ass to bed. He knocked out. I got to get knocked out. Appreciate y'all. Peace.